domains. A sine wave is comprehensively defined by its amplitude, frequency and phase. We have been showing a sine wave by using what is called a time domain plot. The time domain plot shows changes in signal amplitude with respect to time. It is an amplitude versus time plot. Phase is not explicitly shown on a time domain plot. To show the relationship between amplitude and frequency, we can use what is called a frequency domain plot. A frequency domain plot is concerned with only the peak value and the frequency. Changes of amplitude during one period are not shown. Figure 3.7 shows a signal in both the time and frequency domain. Time domain and frequency domain plots of a sine wave. It is obvious that the frequency domain is easy to plot and conveys the information that one can find in a time domain plot. The advantage of the frequency domain is that we can immediately see the values of the frequency and the peak amplitude. A complete sine wave is represented by one spike. The position of the spike shows frequency, its height shows the peak amplitude. The complete sine wave in the time domain can be represented by one single spike in the frequency domain. The time domain and frequency domain by three sine waves. Composite signals. So far we have focused on simple sine wave. Simple sine wave have many applications in daily life. We can send a single sine wave to carry electric energy from one place to another. For example, the power company sends a single sine wave with a frequency of 60 Hz to distribute the electrical energy to house and businesses. As another example, we can use a single sine wave to send an alarm to a security center when a burglar opens a door or window in the house. In the first case, the sine wave is carrying energy. In the second, the sine wave is signal of danger. If we had only one single sine wave to convey a conversation over the phone, it would make no sense and carry no information. We would just hear a buzz. As we will see in chapter 4 and 5, we need to send a composite signal to communicate data. A composite signal is made up of many simple sine waves. A single frequency sine wave is not useful in data communication. We need to send a composite signal, a signal made up of many simple sine waves. In the early 90s, the French mathematician Jean-Baptiste Fourier showed that any composite signal is actually a combination of simple sine wave with different frequencies, amplitudes and phases. Fourier analysis is discussed in Appendix C. For our purpose, we just present the concept. According to Fourier analysis, any composite signal is a combination of simple sine wave with different frequency, amplitude and phases. Fourier analysis is discussed in Appendix C. The composite signal can be periodic or non-periodic. Periodic composite signal can be decomposed into series of simple sine waves with discrete frequencies, frequencies that have integer values. A non-periodic composite signal can be decomposed into a combination of an infinite number of simple sine waves with continuous frequencies and frequencies that have real values. It is the composite signal is periodic. The decomposition gives a series of signals with the discrete frequencies. If the composite signal is non-periodic, the decomposition gives a combination of sine waves with continuous frequencies. Example 3.8. Figure 3.9 shows a periodic composite signal with frequency f. This type of signal is not typically of those found in data communication. We can consider it to be three alarm systems, each with a different frequency. The analysis of this signal can give us good understanding of how to decompose signals. A composite periodic signal. It is very difficult to manually decompose the signal into a series of simple sine waves. However, there are tools, both hardware and software, that can help us to do the job. We are not concerned about how it is done, we are only interested in the result. Figure 3.10 shows the result of the decomposition of the above signal in both the time and frequency domains. The amplitude of the sine wave with frequency f is almost the same as the peak amplitude of the composite signal. The amplitude of the sine wave with frequency 3f is one-third of that of the first, and the amplitude of the sine wave with frequency 9f is one-ninth of the first. The frequency of the sine wave with frequency f is the same as the frequency of the composite signal. It is called the fundamental frequency or first harmonic. The sine wave with frequency 3f has a frequency of 3 times with fundamental frequency. If it is called the third harmonic, the third sine wave with frequency 9f has a frequency of 9 times the fundamental frequency. It is called ninth harmonic. Note that the frequency decomposition of the signal is discrete if it has frequencies f, 3f and 9f. Because of f an integral number, 3f and 9f are also integral number. There are no frequencies such as 1.2f or 2.6f. The frequency domain of a periodic composite signal is always made of discrete spikes. Example 3.9. Figure 3.11 shows a non-periodic composite signal. It can be signal created by a microphone or a telephone set when a word or two is pronounced. In this case, the composite signal cannot be periodic because that implies that we are repeating the same word or word with exactly the same tone. The time and frequency domain of a non-periodic signal. In a time domain representation of this composite signal, there are an infinite number of simple sine frequencies. Although the number of frequencies in a human voice is infinite, the range is limited. A normal human being can create a continuous range of frequency between 0 to 4 kHz. Note that the frequency decomposition of the signal yields a continuous curve. There are infinite number of frequencies between 0.0 and 4000.0 real values. To find the amplitude related to frequency f, we draw a vertical line at f to intersect the envelope curve. The height of the vertical line is the amplitude of the corresponding frequency. Bandwidth. The range of frequency contained in a composite signal is its bandwidth. The bandwidth is normally a difference between two numbers. For example, if a composite signal contains frequency between 1000 and 5000, its bandwidth is 5000 to 1000 or 4000. The bandwidth of the composite signal is the difference between the highest and lowest frequencies contained in that signal. Figure 3.12 shows the concept of bandwidth. The figure depicts two composite signals, one periodic and the other is non-periodic. The bandwidth of the periodic signal contains all the integer frequency between 1000 and 5000. The bandwidth of the non-periodic signal has the same range, but the frequencies are continuous. The bandwidth of periodic and non-periodic composite signals. Example 3.13. An example of a non-periodic composite signal is the signal propagated by an AM radio station in the United States. Each AM radio station is assigned a 10 kHz bandwidth. The total bandwidth dedicated to AM radio ranges from 530 to 1700 kHz. We will show the rational behind this 10 kHz bandwidth in chapter 5. Example 3.14. Another example of a non-periodic composite signal is the signal propagated by an FM radio station in the United States. Each FM radio station is assigned a 200 kHz bandwidth. The total bandwidth dedicated to a FM radio ranges from 88 to 108 MHz. We will show the rationale behind this 200 kHz bandwidth in chapter 5. Example 3.15. Another example of a non-periodic composite signal is the signal received by an old-fashioned analog black and white TV. A TV screen is made up of pixels, with each pixel being either white or black. This screen is scanned 30 times per second, 60 times per second, but odd lines are scanned in one round and even lines in the next round, and it's interleaved. If we assume a resolution of 5 to 5 into 700, which is ratio 3:4, we have 367,500 pixels per screen. If we scan the screen 30 times per second, and this is 11,025,000 pixels per second. The worst case scenario is alternating black and white pixels. In this case, we need to represent one color by minimum amplitude and the other color by maximum amplitude. We can send 2 pixels per cycle. Therefore, we need 11,025,000 by 2 equals to 5,512,500 cycle per second or hertz. The bandwidth needed is 5.5124 MHz. The worst case scenario that has such a low probability of occurrence that the assumption is that we need only 70% of the bandwidth, which is 3.85 MHz. Since radio and synchronization signals are also needed, a 4 MHz bandwidth has been set aside for each black and white TV channel. An analog color TV channel has a 6 MHz bandwidth. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this video helpful and want more videos like this, then please let me know by click on like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.